What up? Here I am. So, here we are. I've gotten a little bit more work done with the World Eaters. Trying to get some stuff done so I can start this 40k campaign I'm about to embark on. So we left off with the trim. Since then, I've kind of gotten... Ooh, I don't know what the hell that was. I've gotten a bit more done. Got the gray. I got to go through, highlight the skulls. I did the worlds. And then I'm going to go through, do the oil washes and the stuff and try to get it built back up. Maybe do some tinge inside the brass there to make it look weathered. Some highlighting. So we'll see what we get done today. So there is that. Now, that is where I'm at. How is everyone doing today? What are you guys up to? What are you working on? Are you getting some hobbying ready? Those are all the important questions. Oh man, water tastes good. Now, where the hell am I? Where's my brushes? Oof, that shit's destroyed. I'll use this one. Boom. Alrighty. Well, oh no, I'll do that skulls first. Finish out what I started so that way I can just move on to the skin. You know, I've been a major fan of that Pro Acryl. It's been kicking ass, taking names. Really awesome paint. Except the dripper bottles. And then, where's the music? That's the problem. Drop some of this down a bit here. Bam! We're in there. And then because I always drop my shit like an asshole.
Praise the sun!
That's right, baby! We praising the sun. Stupid gloves. Bam. There we go. How's everyone doing? Now we're in there. Oh, that's why. Stupid space heater. It's like crazy weather around here. We're getting all this freaking thunder and shit. It's miserable. So if the stream cuts out, I just lost power. It's no big deal. But with any luck, we don't get that issue. Oh, dude, getting pounded, Toaster. What you up to, man? How you doing? Yeah, man, the weather fucking sucks, dude. Sucks big time. But what can you do about it? You know, silver lining, it's not snow, I guess. There's always a benefit to that, I guess. Not much, to be honest. I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow. I don't want to drive in this weather. Or pay these gas prices. Bro, preach, dude. Gas prices are through the fucking roof. It's unfair. What are you gonna do? How's the weather aside from today, though? Is it warming up by you guys? But it's becoming the usual dry hot combo. Yeah, dude, preach. Well, right now we had like 70s this week, which was nice. It's nice for us, in March, but still. It's been like a really like weird winter. Like right when you thought it was over, it would snow more. It was just all over the place, dude. I'm ready for spring and summer, though, I'll be honest with you. I just got done reading Eater of Worlds Karn. Pretty decent. I wish it went into Scalathrax more. There you go, dude. You just gotta hang in there. Keep that head down. That's good for you, man. You earned it, dude. Is your last semester pretty chill? You know what, man? It's okay. It was decent. I wish I had more of like the battle with Emperor's Children, but I can't complain. I'll let the oil pull out some of the shadows a little more. Then I'll go through and re-hit it. Oof. Well, that's nice. Yeah, dude, calculus is interesting. It's a pain in my ass. So how are you? You feeling good? You're almost done though? You gotta be feeling like it, like on top of the world, right? Almost out of there. Full-time job, 2 clubs, have a social life, a family, 3 girls fighting over. Well, there's worse things, right? There's worse things. The perks of being young. My last semester I did 17 credit hours. I'm trying to go ahead and just knock it out as much as I'm able to. And I made semester honors, which was pretty fucking sweet, so that was cool. Made me feel good. And I was like, wow, I guess I'm not so dumb after all. Little do they know. Yeah, dude. So you been getting anything done with the Emperor's Children, dude? You still working on them? Have the time. I was working earlier this semester for an event. Oh, okay. What event were you working for? Oh, fuck that tooth up. Oh, whatever. It's just gotta be tabletop, Greg. Just gotta make it tabletop. Let me see what we got here. Oh, looking good, dude. Looking good. The Emperor's Children is on point, as the kids would say. Right on, dude. We're about to kick off our 40K campaign. And with any luck, shit's not too busy. I did not know you could purchase land on Mars or the moon. I thought the UN said no one could own the moon. It's probably like the equivalent of buying a star and naming it. I don't know if I'd want to live on Mars, man. I don't know. What up? How you doing? I'm doing okay. I'm just kind of keeping it low key today, getting some painting in. Starting a campaign soon, so I don't want my crap unpainted. How are you doing? Toaster town in Europa. I bet, dude. I bet. Dude, there's been like some crazy shit going on in astronomy, dude. I've been appreciating it. I don't know, man. I wouldn't get too ahead of yourself. You go buy some real estate, and then the second governments can own it. It's going to end up like China. They're just going to take that shit from you. Like, that is now ours. They pluck it right out of your hands. With zero taxes? I imagine property tax wouldn't be too much on there, huh? Dude, they'd probably fucking tax you for oxygen, though, if you think about it. Like, that would be an expensive commodity. We bitch about gas. Imagine the cost of that shit. Dude, it would be dope, I'm not gonna lie. Would I want to live there? Probably not. It would really depend, though, on the economy. You gotta think about it. That Martian economy's not looking too bad? I don't know. I don't know if I could say no forever. Yeah, dude, like the Lorax. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, dude, bottled air. That shit was fucking funny, though. Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, man. It's gonna be a unique time, that's for sure. We gotta get there first. I don't think the theory is too, like, inspiring. I don't know. Seems like a long shot. Wait till we line up with Mars and launch a ship out there and hopefully they land. I mean, our math is good enough to do it, don't get me wrong. But I wouldn't want to be the first person up there. A braver person than me, for sure. I mean, the fifth trip, yeah, dude, it's like when you buy a new console, dude, you gotta let it, come out with all the mess, the fuck-ups. And then once it's all patched up, you're good to go. It's like that, I imagine. You gotta wait for all the mistakes to get ironed out. Of course, you could end up like the freaking Challenger, with the O-ring exploding and destroying everything. Yeah, I think it's interesting. They're starting to look over at Europa, and I think I read somewhere they're looking in the Venus's atmosphere for like signs of life and shit. It's pretty cool. I dig it. $200 per person. Let me just put my house up on the market so I can go up. Don't get me wrong. It would be an opportunity quite literally of a lifetime. Yeah, that's a long, long, long ways away. But yeah, we're set to collide, and it's gonna be fucking sweet. Too bad none of us will be here to check it out, though. Yeah, we have a long ways till that happens. I was actually just reading about like Ton 618, like the largest black hole we've ever encountered. I think, and I could be getting the number wrong, but I think it's 66 billion solar masses. So like 66 billion suns fit inside this black hole. The idea of that scale is just wild to me. And I also believe it's a pulsar. Oh, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm in my 30s, and I think that's been long enough for me. I'm like, oh, time to cash out here now, guys. I'm done. I've done all I can. But on a serious note, yeah, it's pretty fucking sweet. There's so much stuff out there where it's like, man. Oh yeah, Sagittarius. Yeah, it's pretty big, dude. But this, I think the big thing with this black hole is because it's a pulsar. If we were to have it in our galaxy, it would it would probably outshine. I read somewhere that we wouldn't have even much of a night sky due to the brightness of how it burns. It's fucking awesome. Let me pull it up real quick. See what I can pull up. Yeah, it's actually so bright people thought it was just a star at first. A binary star system? Dude, with like a black hole leeching off of the star? Hell yeah. I'm glad someone else here enjoys space as much as I do. Yeah. So, Ton 618's 10.37 billion light years away. And it's in the Canis, I'm gonna butcher it. Vinacti system? Pretty freaking sweet, dude. Yeah, okay, I was right. 66 billion times the mass of the sun. Which is pretty fucking sweet. F off black hole would be dope. Dude, right? I'm telling you. Yeah, dude, space is fucking awesome. You know, I think it's really freaking sweet. I get down on it quite frequently. I read a little bit of Carl Sagan's books here and there too. I really like them. Like his book Cosmos was awesome. Loved it. But if I had to pick like an astronomer or an astrophysicist, I have a telescope and sometimes I look at the Sirius star. Oh yeah, me and my daughter, we do that. We use the telescope mostly in the summertime when it's not so shitty outside and we're not freezing our ass off, but yeah, oh, did you see all the planets were aligned recently? That was fucking sick. Yeah, it was awesome. It was awesome. There's just so much cool stuff out there. I think that's kind of like why I've started trying to take up physics a bit more. Like I don't know, it's just really cool to see how it comes together and just like how interconnected math really is, you know? Not to like bore anyone to death here, but it's awesome. I recommend it. You know what? I'm a big fan of the lunar eclipse. That's just me, though. And don't get me wrong, solar eclipses are beautiful. They get too much hype, though. I'm an underdog kind of guy. Yeah, man, you know, it's the little things in life. I've been eating up all that footage, too, that the Mars rover's been sending back. It's awesome. Yeah, I have to say, I think if there was anything, ever seen a comet live, you know, I don't think I've ever seen a comet. When I was deployed to Afghanistan, they did have a lot of unnatural light. So I did see like a lot of like meteor showers and stuff, but I've never seen, I don't think, a comet. Or if I did, I was just like really ignorant at the time and wouldn't have equated it to much. You know, it took me a long time before I started like really getting interested in it. I wasn't like, I don't know. It took me a while to get interested in space. I never really like, I don't know. I never really like thought much into it when I was younger. It wasn't until I started watching like years ago, Cool Worlds with Dr. David Kipping. I think he was like the main motivation for me where I really got into it. Yeah, yeah, it took a while. Like I said, it was something like I don't know. I didn't really know much about it at the time. And then like as I got older, I started getting into school and I started taking physics and I was like, "Oh, dude, this is sick. This is pretty fucking cool." And then I didn't really understand like how all of it would tie in together till I really started taking it like really seriously and studying and learning about thermodynamics or entropy and shit like that. Redirecting comets into Mars. Yeah, I've heard a couple theories. I don't know. I don't know. It would be interesting to see if the comet theory would work out. I think it would take a long time regardless. I think it was, and I'm not the biggest fan of him, but I think Elon Musk was talking about nuking the poles. But I don't think that would work either. I don't know. A lot of math goes into that shit. Yeah, they do have a lot of resources like water and shit. Absolutely. There's a theory though that there's a bunch of water that's frozen under the dust too, though. Oh, have you seen the new stuff about Pluto? Dude, it's fucking sick. There's like a whole bunch of new photos and stuff come out, or maybe like a month or two ago, but some new photos and shit came out of Pluto. Really cool. Oh, they just got like really awesome imagery coming in of like the I think like the largest, I guess, what passes for a mountain on Pluto. Some gas geysers going off. I guess it looks like there were some like eruptions that took place. They could tell by the displacement of the Earth that were like pretty. I mean, mind you, pretty recent, like in the last 1,000 years, but still. But it's still not a planet. It didn't get its title back. Still left out on that one. So, what got you interested in space? Oh yeah, the Jupiter one came back with some dope photos too. Oh yeah. It seems like the ads are freaking getting crazier. So what ended up getting you into space? Yeah, I'll pick that up. Doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to get done. Brian Johnson. Is that the dude that's like trading out his blood with his son's plasma or something? He's going through all that experimental shit. He's like the vampire guy, right? Yeah, I've seen Papa Meat talk. That's how I found out about him. I like the Meat Canyon guy. He's a bit funny. I watched some of his crap, but he was talking about that guy. And dude, his like diet regimen and everything else. It's like, dude, why live forever if you're eating like nuts and berries and taking your kid's plasma? You know? Damn, I just got some Terminators from my World Eater army, even after everyone said they're not good. But they look so sick. Dude, Terminators are where it's at, man. And 95% of the time, doesn't matter if they're good. Everything changes from edition to edition. You gotta just like what you buy and put it on the table, man. You know? That's my opinion, at least. You know, when the next edition comes out, Terminators might be chief, you know? Dude, you know, one thing that I thought was really cool about space is like huge, right? It's like massive, something that's like beyond comprehension. And I never thought of it like this, but someone told me, you know, to an atom, you're a galaxy due to the scale. And it really makes you take a step back and say, holy cow, like, yeah, we're small in like the vastness of the universe, but there's things even smaller that to us, we are vast to it. And I think it's really awesome. Really cool. Space humbles you. Yeah, exactly. Oh, dude, I have that tardy terminal. Dude, right on, man. For the Emperor's Children, because I think I threw the Phoenix Terminators in that folder. Dude, I've been in this hobby since like 4th edition, and I can tell you that everything changes every edition. What's not good this edition will be good next edition, and you know, especially now that like model sales are like tied into the rules. So these were old Forge World I had. I picked up a scanner, and then I cleaned them up in CAD so I could 3D print crap loads of them. So like for me, I rather enjoy some of the older editions with my buddies. Still play 10th. Still, I only got one game in this season, but I scanned them and I printed the things out because I'm going to be running about 20 Terminators in our Apocalypse game. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And we're 2,000 times smaller. Yeah, yeah, that's the crazy thing, isn't it? I think there was this cool video I saw by Epic Spaceman, and he kind of goes into the scale of the universe and how, you know, we're like a tiny grain, like the Earth is like smaller than a grain of sand in the comparison of like our galaxy. Really, or no, yeah, until yeah, and it's just pretty freaking sweet. I'm over here tripping myself up. I'm painting full Necrons. Oh, dude, sweet. Sweet. Necrons are awesome. If I didn't do Tomb Kings in the old world, I probably would have hopped on the Necrons. so long to paint him. Looks sick to find. Oh yeah, yeah. You know the Helldrake was like I think it's like main edition. It was Chiefin was like 7th with the Bale Flamer. You could fly around and just like torch units. And then they came out with like a Helldrake Terror Pack later on where you could take 3 of them in this formation. But yeah, the Helldrake is a cool model. It just doesn't get that love nowadays. But I heard they're making flyers better in 11th. A rumor. A rumor. Do you believe in ancient advanced civilizations like Atlantis? You know what? It's one of those things where like I've become like really lame as I've been like going to school for physics and shit. Where it's like, do I believe that something like Atlantis could have existed and then fucking sunk or been covered over? Maybe. But do I think they had like batteries and like laser beams and fucking force fields? I don't think so. I think ancient humanity was already fairly advanced for what we give it credit for. But I mean, it depends really on like what you mean by advanced. Like, were they better off than maybe some of their counterparts? Probably. Were they, you know, like I said, shooting laser beams and like the TV shows? Probably not. But it adds to the mystery of it, which I think is even more fun. Oh yeah, dude, the Romans, Greeks. I mean, you know, even in the Middle Eastern countries, they really expanded upon our ideologies of math and algebra and stuff, you know. I mean, counting came from Babylon, you know. And who would have thought by using it to inventory goats and sheep it would develop into something that explains things on a cosmic scale? Wild. You know? Oh yeah, yeah they did. I saw they did it with like the steam furnaces too. They pump them with coal and get hot water and crap. Now the one thing I will say the Romans were fucking disgusting for is sharing the communal butt sponge when you took a dump. I don't know if I could have done it, man. I don't knowing what I know now about toilet paper. I don't know if I'd be sharing that sponge. Oh, nasty. Yeah, yeah, they did. They did. You know, and in a loose sense, they kind of created. I don't want to like all the credit, but they did create a bit of astronomy, right? They used it to help, you know, when it came down to harvesting and planting their crops. Now, don't get me wrong. Is it cool to sit there and like get down on some of the old mythology? Hell yeah, dude. Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, they had like a lot of really brilliant people out of there, you know. I think once the Romans fell, they kind of expanded on what they left behind, which was pretty fucking cool. Them and I think the Byzantine Empire did a little bit too, um, which is pretty cool. Oh yeah, yeah, tons, tons. And that's just what we know of. I mean, there's still a bunch of stuff that, you know, has been lost or yet to be uncovered. I mean, it's amazing, really. Yeah, I think that's the beautiful thing about it is there's so much out there and still so much we don't know. you know. So what made you pick the Necrons? They do have a lot of really cool stuff, dude. Did you get down on the new Nightbringer and stuff? I think they did a sweet job bringing that model back to life. I was in Rome a while back, and they still kept those ancient Roman, like the aqueducts, and it self drains and basically infinite water. The Satan, oh yeah, the Satan are fucking dope. Yeah, honestly, like one of my bucket list places is to go to Rome. The Colosseums and stuff are cool, but it's more of like, I don't know, the history of just like standing there and taking it in. How was Rome? I haven't gotten down in the new Satan lore yet. Oh, I believe it. I freaking believe it, dude. 110%. Oh, yeah. I'm sure it's fresh, homemade, all sorts of the reasons. Locally sourced. All that, I'm sure, plays a massive role in it. Yeah, I heard it's really beautiful out there, dude. I don't know. One of these days, I have to get my butt out there and check it out. I lost weight and I ate more. Dude, it sounds like a dream vacation to me. Did you have any of the wine or anything out there? The wine I heard is fantastic. Hey, how's it going? Plus you're always walking. Yeah, that's awesome. See, I don't know. Rome always looked like a kind of a cool place, very historical. The Colosseum, like I said, it's cool, but I think I want to go look at the aqueducts if I ever went, check out all that awesome shit. Just see it like firsthand, get like the scale of it. Yeah, dude, you're getting hit by the storm too, huh? Yeah. Yeah, it is a pain in the ass. The weather's been odd, but I'm not going to complain. At least it's not snowing. You know? No, we're not going to get snow. No freaking way. Instant come back. Come check out the old ruins of Babylon. Dude, right? That would be cool. But yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Definitely. Especially not now. It's not safe to go there for sure. But nothing's permanent. Eventually it'll be fucking safe to go back and check it out. I wish we'd get snow. Get out of here. Wish we'd get snow. You're not the one out there shoveling it. That's why. Thank you. Thank you. Oh my gosh. You logged into your account, huh? I thought you were going to be like Nelson and be fucking locked out while you're using it still. My eyes ain't what they used to be, I'll tell you that. I won. You know, personally, for me, I think astrophysics is fucking awesome. It's where I kind of want to specialize in. Where I get my butt handed to me is in tensor calculus. It's a big fat pain in my ass, and I'm not that good at it. You know, not yet. Not yet. I don't want to say never, but not yet. It's going to take a long time to probably get my shit together with it. But I do appreciate it. I think if I was to go into anything, I would focus more on maybe astrophysics. Like, if I was to pursue and follow through the PhD, that's where I would be. And the nice thing is there's a lot of tools out there too nowadays. Like, when I'm not taking classes or in between or when I'm just at home, you know, there's so many tools to like get your math in and start practicing and getting up to par with it. You know, I think a big one that helped me out the most was, before I take my classes, I brush up on it before I go in. So that way I already kind of have an idea of what I'm doing. It's like warm up. Like algebra is the biggest thing to work on. It's kind of like, the cardio, I guess, of the field because everything builds upon algebra. So, like right now, I make sure I start and do algebra daily, to brush up and before bed. Just because it's pretty freaking important. And honestly, it grows on you, but I think the biggest thing for me, like getting back into it, was probably Khan Academy. Made it very approachable, and then I was able to kind of branch out and start reading different books like theories of classical math and going into shit like that, where it was able to open more doors, I guess you could say. But if you're interested in it, I think the biggest thing is just curiosity and then following that rabbit hole. You know, like I don't think anyone's ever too old or too young or too anything to pick it up and do it. You know, I mean, I haven't finished yet, so don't mark me. But you know, don't let anything deter you. If you enjoy it, freaking pursue it if you can. You know, you got one shot, man. You gotta make the most of it. Oh, right on. Well, there's a lot here. You got me geeking out here. Where in the hell? Mathematical methods. So I liked by Mary Bowes, Mathematical Methods in Physical Sciences. Classical Mechanics by John Taylor was one of my first ones I read. And then, honestly, Gravitation by Charles Missner is probably one of the big ones. And then if you like black holes and stuff, Kip Thorne has a good book about it, you know? So, I mean, those are like all like really great like books I would get. Oh, what happened to my face? Oh my gosh. Oh, there we go. I thought I froze for a second there in my lazy eye. How are you enjoying the idea of antimatter? Yeah, I mean the nice thing is too is you can find them on Ocean PDF if you don't have the money to buy them. I mean I started like that and then bought them later on, just because like money was tight at the time when I got really into it. But yeah, you can always go to like Ocean PDF, and they said I just ended up supporting them later on. It's nice to start seeing these come together. Oh, whoops, my bad. There we go. Was just going down the antimatter rabbit hole. Ended up reading about the military already has an antimatter. Anything's possible. Yeah, well, it's the perks of government funding, right? They'll fund shit that, they need, not necessarily that is going to better us. But it's why we went to the moon. Need them dollary dues, Did you hear that there's some giant water world floating around out there? I forgot the name of it. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Beetlejuice is unique. I've been hearing theories on it. I'm going to see this real fast. I think I was reading a bit about it. We got a bit of a while until that thing blows up. Old Beetlejuice. Artemis 2. I have to check up on that. I have not personally looked into Artemis 2. Maybe I have and I forgot what it was. Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. Flight on in 50 years. Artemis 2 flight readiness review update. Yep. Yeah, it's going to be pretty freaking sweet, dude. Send your name around the moon. They got a blog up. Yeah, that's awesome. Just seeing the scale of it's so freaking cool, dude. I don't know why I did that. Go through and start penning some of that purple. You know what? It's one of those things again. I don't really know much about it in the first place to really have a comment to it. I'd have to like really seriously look into the topic. Um, I know what some people believe in, but again, it would be hard for me to echo their opinions because I'm just not really well read on it, to be 100% with you. I think for me, what interests me the most about astrophysics is gravity and time. So, like, that's kind of like what I fluctuate to when I get down on it. But I know, again, Cool Worlds over on YouTube, Dr. Kipping, he goes into it. Talking about like a parallel or a multiverse or, different parts of yourselves living out the consequences of a decision that you didn't act on but thought of. It's a unique and profound idea. I just, like I said, I'm not really well read on it. So if I had an opinion, it would just be kind of ignorant, And that's okay. I don't really always feel like I have to have a need to always have an opinion on stuff. Especially stuff I know very little about. Yeah, the simulation thing's unique. I believe that I read an article on it. I mean, I don't know if I personally subscribe in the buy. I don't know. I mean, I don't personally subscribe to us being in a simulation. But the odds of us being in a simulation increase if we create a simulation. You know? Oh, like a lot of things saying that, we're at the end of the simulation, so we can't. But I don't know. It's a lot of stuff into it. I think that it doesn't matter if we're in a simulation or not. We still have questions we have to answer, and we still have to do our due diligence, whether or not we're in a simulation. But also, too, again, another one of those topics where I'm just not like very bright in. I think it's interesting, that's for sure. And when I don't know something, I think it's kind of cool to sit back and admire it from afar. The cheat code, yeah. Yeah, that would be a unique experience, wouldn't it? To get the unbroke cheat code would be the way to do it. But then where would the fun be if you're not sitting there struggling your ass off? Oh yeah, 100%, dude. 100%. But that's the human experience, right? So I'm told. Oh yeah.
His name is John C.
What's up? Yeah, you didn't get me last time they got me. I forgot I had it that loud. And it blew my eardrums out. I went flying across the room. But I came prepared this time. Hey, good night. You have a good night, all right? I love you, and I'll talk to you later when you're free. Man, that's a really hard thing. So, part of me, I look at it and I think we're not like in a really bad time right now. Like, we have medicine, you go to this grocery store, buy your food. Like there's worse times to be alive. But I think it would have been cool to see the world before like unnatural lights. But then again, you got to deal with shit like dysentery killing you. It's a tough question. I would have liked to have seen what it was like during different periods. Like maybe experienced the Roman Empire would have been kind of cool if I was in it. Not if I was a barbarian. That would suck ass. But it would have been cool to like experience that part. Maybe the Greeks. I'm not like, I don't put them on a pedestal. The Greeks were alright. They weren't like my favorite go-to. But it would have been cool to like, kind of see what's the hype all about, I wish. But I wouldn't go in the future, I don't think. Doctor Who. That was a good one. What about you? Star Wars or Star Trek? That's a hard one. I'm not a big Star Wars fan, but I also am not a big Star Trek fan with the new movies. I mean, they're graphically cool, but they weren't my cup of tea, the movies, that is. But if I had to pick, dude, Star Trek or Galaxy Quest, I pick Galaxy Quest every time. But no, seriously, yeah, probably Star Trek over Star Wars. What the hell am I listening to? Oh, dude, Starship Troopers? Fuck yeah. Yeah, I seen that. That's a good one. It's a classic. Oh, Rico? Rico's Roughnecks. Yeah, that was a good one. I liked Aliens, Ridley Scott's Aliens. That was well done. Oh yeah, yeah, the Colonial Marines, dude. Can't go wrong with them. It was peak cinema. I remember sitting down with my folks when I was young and watching that and being like, wow. I don't know. I didn't really like Prometheus was cool and like the theory of it, but I didn't like it as like an alien movie, if that makes sense. No, I gotta let that. What am I missing? Did I miss anything here? No. Where is it? Here's this. Yeah, the engineers are pretty interesting. Yeah, right? Like, they were really cool. But, like, it did this great job of, like, setting up this beautiful cinematic, like, being, this plot, and then it explained like absolutely nothing of anything. You don't even know who the engineers are in like Alien Covenant. They're there, and then they get virus bombed, and that's it. You know, David does an exterminatus and calls it a day, and we don't learn shit about him. And that to me was frustrating. Because like they built up this whole cool freaking space being, and then just nothing, man. It was like the worst kind of payout you could get. You do the super buff aliens with no hair on their head. Well, I mean, come on, you're going there. I went to see Alien Covenant because I thought it was going to explain the engineers and like their goop and all the shit that was in Alien Covenant. And then when it didn't, I was so butthurt. I was butthurt. Not like I was out there storming around. I mean, it was a good movie for watching it once, but man, it just, yeah. Oh, Space Odyssey's good. I like Space Odyssey. I used to like Farscape. That was a good TV show. I don't know if it ended up getting canned. That and Firefly. Oh, dude. So I am actually currently reading through Dune. My buddy got me in on it. He was like, dude, you gotta read it. So I'm in like maybe the first like 30 pages of it, and it's awesome. So far. I don't want to like get ahead of myself, but it seems like I wonder often like where was I? You know, I get into a lot of the old literature too. Like I got into John Milton's Paradise Lost, or I'm reading through like Dante's Inferno or the Divine Comedy. Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of nerdy in that regard. Where like I like the old shit too. You know. One second, you're gonna see me disappear. My mineral spirits is empty. There we go. Do you like fantasy stuff? Shit. Oh, I have not read that. Is it good? What's it about? It's awesome. I'll just pour fucking turpentine all over me. Nice. Clearly make the intelligent decisions in life. Oh, cool. Cool. Is it a big read? So, I know it seems I'm doing a whole lot of nothing. I tried to a group of violent men go west and learn about themselves. That's cool. So it's like a Western? I get down on that. So I like using oil washes because I wipe up like where I don't want it to be. But I also like using it for like the nilic oxide too. So like, I don't know. I pre-mix it into a pot. And that way it's just always ready to rock and roll. So the reason why I'm messing with it now is just because I ran out. See, that's cool. I like books that make you think at the end of it. You know, a lot of books I used to read a lot of Stephen King, like The Dreamcatcher. Was it Kingdom Hospital? That was a good one. I think it's naturally, on there. That wasn't my favorite. I know everyone likes it for the movie, but I think for me it was Dreamcatcher. Michael Crichton, he has some good books. What has he written? Let's see if this works. A Spanish lord decided that he wanted to become a chivalry knight. And he's like 80 years old. Good on him. Never too late to change. Sometimes those are some of the best written books, too. Alright, I'm going to take this old dusty ass brush. Start slathering this shit on my World Eaters. Okay, let's see how it comes out. Alright, well. Wish me luck. I never like doing this when I'm painting for something competitive. But I don't mind it when I'm trying to get an army done, And that's kind of where I'm at right now. I got to get the next 17 or 1500 points ready. I went to Target today to grab some hero boxes for 40k and noticed the scalper dude just devour a full card of Pokemon card. Dude, those guys, man, they do not fuck around when it comes to the Pokemon. And I don't know what it is about it, but it is wild. Again, the guy talked about the Papa Meat. He makes some good content, but I think his main channel's Meat Can. You needed a cartoon shitting on him. Yeah, I believe it, dude. I believe it. I'm not really even sure. I'm not fluent on Pokemon cards, but is it a massive market where it justifies that type of behavior? Because over here they put in one of those Pokemon vending machines, and they have to have an employee sit there now to make sure people aren't just spamming it. Individual people, mind you. In the age of crazy millennials who are either crazy Disney adults or Pokemon adults. Oh yeah, I'm a millennial as well. Yeah, I'm not really sure what the obsession is with Disney either, to be honest with you. You know, not like it's bad or anything. I don't know. I guess like I have my fixations and my things too, but I don't know. I don't know if I would ever go to the lengths of a scalper. I can tell you I wouldn't. I would feel like really ashamed of myself if I sat there in front of kids just throwing all the boxes in the cart and they couldn't get none. Yeah, it's wild times to be alive, that's for sure. Millennial too. Yeah, throw that out there, just make sure. Yeah. It is though. It is like a wild time. Everything that's going on, all the fixations, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how history paints us in the long run. You know? Do their eyes after. So have you gotten a lot of games in a 40K, or do you just kind of collect and paint? Clean this shit up. Alright, now time to clean it off and leave it in the recesses here. For that, I need to take this paper towel, put this shit up in here. There's that. Okay, I didn't get any of it on my fingers. Alright, here we go. Boom. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, honestly, Airbrush Flow Improver by Vallejo. You can get it anywhere, like off. So I'm over here holding it up to the fucking wrong camera. You can get it off Amazon, super fucking cheap. I think it does a little bit better job, personally. So, yeah, that would be what I would use. Oh, thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. Yeah, 100%. Super cheap, cost effective. Use it in the airbrush. Use it when you're painting. It don't matter. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, 100%. Now, you can get way more from the Flow Improver, for sure. The bottle's huge. I think I paid like $9 for that big bottle. So, it beats the hell out of what you're paying for contrast medium. And it works too, like with anything. Acrylic based, at least. Yeah, yeah. Getting ready for a campaign, trying to get some Terminators up. Don't hold it against me. I play some of the older editions still, so getting into an old set of rules with these guys, gonna bust them out. I never played World Eaters during this time period, so I'm probably gonna get the living shit kicked out of me. But I'm here for it. Right on. Right on. But yeah. So, but yeah, no, I get where you're coming from, man. The contrast medium is a bit pricey. What army do you play? Or do you paint, I guess I should say. Sword vultures that go on rhinos. Oh, there you go. There you go. Yeah, that's the way to do it, dude. I always like my Terminators being big old meaty guys. Some of them are like the GW kits, some are like the print. Oh, fuck. But yeah, it depends on the aesthetic I'm going for. I'm a really big fan of Cataphracti pattern armor. I think the Heresy spoiled me with it. That and Contemptor Dreadnoughts. They're just like probably some of the sickest, I think, models for the Space Marine range. Again, completely subjective. I have Chaos Marines, different legions, right on. Ultramarines, Chaos Knights. Dude, Black Templars? I've been thinking about it. I only really mess with Chaos, but the Black Templars are freaking so cool looking. And I know a lot of people gave like shit to that new banner model that came out being like a reused sculpt, but I think that shit looks sick. And that's like the one thing I think that sold me on them. Plus Armageddon. Leman Roos! Oh, I'm telling you, man. The Contemptors, the Leviathan too. But the Contemptors and the Cataphracti are supreme for me. Like, I wish they'd make a Chaos Space Marine kit for him, personally. The Hellbrute does not scratch that itch. Oh, yeah. Yep. Old Sigismund passed it down to him. Yeah, I love the Black Templars. They got some cool freaking lore. What Chaos Space Marine legions do you play? Oh yeah, yeah, he's a little tiny guy. Yeah, dude. You know, they look cool, but they're just, I don't know, they don't have that same presence, I feel. Again, I'm fully aware Heresy spoiled me with some of the cool kits. But the Fire Raptor 2 is one of my favorites. I don't know why. I always like the idea of like air support. Oh yeah. Yeah, 100%. I liked it for I used to when I first got back into it, I got into the Crimson Slaughter. They were like a renegade war band that were haunted. You know, lo and behold, after I got a hold of the lore a little bit better, they were just like a combination of World Eaters and Word Bears. And that was pretty distracting to my happiness towards them. But I thought the Hellbrutes looked fucking sick with them. Oh yeah, yeah. I have the old like metal raptors around here somewhere. I'm gonna be using them for the World Eaters here. But they are fucking cool. I like the old helmets on them. Sucks at the Night Lord Combat Patrol. All right. I don't know why they did that. I thought that was the most boo boo thing they could have done. They need to fire whoever came up with that idea. I saw that. It's like they gave you a Jump Pack Lord, a Rhino attack squad, and some Chosen. They couldn't have put Raptors in instead of the Chosen. I don't know. I know they're coming out with those new Raptor models too. I wonder if maybe that's why. Dude. Just like the OG's Dark Angels Combat Patrol. You know, I thought the ninth edition Combat Patrol for World Eaters was pretty fucking top notch. I haven't seen what it's devolved into recently. The Night Lord's Combat Patrol is literally the kill team, but with a Rhino. The Chaos Lord with Jump Pack. Oh, yeah. And don't forget the Chosen. And I don't even think they give you two sets of upgrade sprues, which is just like really weird. So you have to share the upgrades between the Chosen and the freaking Tactical Squad, which, again, a little odd. I'm no GW, fucking manager or nothing, but I probably would have, like, ran that by somebody before making the freaking Combat Patrol. Like, yes, I intend to not put anything with a jump pack in here with a guy with a jump pack. So I'm not like too anti GW, not just because mostly I don't really care, but they do make some decisions where it's like, what the hell are you like possibly like low key? Heresy 3.0 chaps my ass. I don't get down on it. 2.0 was already kind of pushing it after 1.0, but I like the fact that it was accessible to people. But then they just took a big fat shit on the rules, man, and that did me in. Made me very sad. But then they come out with something like Old World, and it's freaking good. I don't know. It's just really odd. I don't understand how they make decisions like this. I will tell you one thing. I wish they would bring back into circulation, and that is Battlefleet Gothic. Maybe refining some of the rules, but mostly just bringing the kits back and the old system back. I would be cool with that. Yeah, like GW doesn't like their prices. Since yeah, I know. I know. I don't know if anyone plays 10th edition, but how do you guys feel about 11th edition coming around the pipeline? Yeah, I don't know much about the comings and goings on of like what they've been doing. I'll be honest, man. Like, unless someone tells me, I'm not even sure what they're releasing next. I used to keep up on it and like get hyped for it, but now it's like, oh, like when they dropped the idea of the Defiler, I think a bunch of people were like, "Dude, you see this? Oh, that's kind of cool," but I don't know. It suffers from the modern GW model problem, dude, and that's being a cat abomination. They put so much shit on it in CAD. It's like, dude, it's gonna take fucking eons to paint this. And like, I used to care about painting, but now I just want my armies painted. I've developed into what's called a lazy painter nowadays. I want to get these guys on the table and just do big ass apocalypse games. Yeah, man. I mean, there's nothing against the company. Like, I don't wish them any ill will, or I don't hate on them, and I'm not a professional hater like Dave Chappelle in the Player Haters Ball. But you know, for me, it's just kind of like cool, I guess. Like, that's nice. I'm happy that people are getting new kits and shit. But you know, I don't know. I just I never ran defilers in the first place. It's like I think it looks fine. Am I gonna get one? Probably not. You know. But I mean, like I said, you know, I was really hoping that when they were doing like all that chaos releases and all that hype for it, they're like, "Oh, you're getting new shit." And then World Eaters got the big 8-bound character. And I was like, dude, like they could have played in nostalgia and just hooked a bunch of people with like berserker bikers, dude, from like old 3.5, just some berserker bikers, and I think people would have shit their pants over it. And I don't know. That's just my opinion, you know. But again, I'm also a fan of the hobby. I don't run the company, so what the hell do I know, you know? Yeah, I don't know, man. The one thing I always say to people, like when they're, oh, you don't play with the modern rules. I mean, the beautiful thing is, if you buy an army, the army's not going to go away. And chances are that army existed, you know, before the edition you don't like. We just built and I know people hate 7th edition, but we just built a 7th edition 40K group, me and my buddies. And, you know, they've been helping people with the rules and we're getting into it. And the idea was to try to bring them over in the Heresy 1. But, you know, now that we're playing, you know, 7th edition, like formations aren't really a big thing now. And we've been able to kind of just enjoy the edition, you know, with the community we built up. And it's kind of been a lot of fun. You know, I haven't gotten as many games in as I'd like, but my point is like if you like an edition, you got to put maybe some extra work into it, but you can make a community out of it. People already have the models; they're not typically like closed off to it. Are you going to go to compete in a tournament? Probably not. But can you throw down with models and experience Warhammer across the time gaps? Yeah, man, that's how I would do it. You know. You pay all this money for models, you might as well get the most amount of use out of them humanly possible, you know? But again, that's just my opinion, man. Some butthole on the internet. This one, Abtalon Copper Oxide Pantina. That's my shit right there. Man, what's up with this playlist? I'll take it. I'll take it. Yeah, it'll be interesting. I think we're due for another price hike coming up too soon, right? Hmm. Oh man. I'll take old wonky brush. Let's see if I can fuck this up. Dope. Fucking, I'm so awesome at this. Big old stupid ass face. Dude, I've been getting down on like the World Eater novels, minus Angron, the Red Angel. That thing still sucks ass. But the other ones are pretty decent, like Karn, Eater of Worlds. Obviously, Betrayer from the Heresy, but I'm not telling you guys nothing. keep it. I think it looks better. Alright, let's do it. After I finish getting this off, I might bounce out because it's 12:13. And I won't lie to you guys, I've been fucking exhausted. But I will be back on tomorrow. Now, I did yesterday get my camera set up, so I can start streaming some games from the campaign. Start getting everyone all into the stuff again. Just start having fun for the most part, chilling with you guys. Hopefully work on getting our ship painted too. That'd be fucking dope. Yeah, man. Yeah, I still got like maybe 5 minutes left in me here. I'm trying to finish this Pantina off. And then I'm off to the freaking memes, dude. I've been freaking toast, man. I don't even know why. Like, there's no reason to be tired like this, but I just fucking am. Alright, dudes. I am freaking toast. Everybody, thanks for chilling with me. Sorry I was quiet towards the end. I had to focus. Getting up there in my age. I'm not young no more. But I will be back on tomorrow. Probably doing some corn berserker bikers. I got... Be working on these guys. So I got them kind of already the red and the base done, but really looking forward to them. They're going to be cool. So that's tomorrow's project. But everybody, I am completely toast, and I will catch y'all tomorrow. All right, guys. Oh, yeah, again, probably same time, like 10 o'clock Central Standard, for anyone wondering. All right, homies. Peace.